incidents that took place by course trying to highlight the report on the recently capsized boat in the coastal belt of Gina that was caught recently, and to provide updates as to what we were able to receive here at the Migrant Center. Now, following a tragic incident that occurred on Thursday, January 1st, 2026, which involved the capsizing of an overcrowded migrant boat off the Atlantic coast near Gina Kajata, which is in North Bank region. An investigation was initiated by the GID to establish facts on what actually transpired and who is responsible for the events that lead to this particular catastrophe. The boat, which was reportedly carrying over 200 migrants, was attempting an irregular migration journey towards Spain's Canary Islands when it capsized. Our investigations at this point has indicated that the vessel capsized after striking an underwater sandbank shortly after departure, resulting in multiple fatalities and injuries. Now, the investigation has actually points to two individuals. An individual suspected to be Amadou, a Senegalese national, and also Omar Mane, a Gambian national, also a resident of Gina, were found to be culprits in this case. These individuals are suspected to have been able to organize the journey, recruit the migrants from different countries, and also trying to provide the logistics for dangerous crossing points in the Canary Islands. There are other individuals who have also been found at some point. They've been implicated in the investigations by the migrants, and they were found to also harbor some of these migrants within the Jinak community. Now, the boat had departed the source of Jinak village on the night of December 31st, 2025. It had about 200 migrants, and the journey was organized by Amadou and also Omar Mane as suspected cases. Now, according to the witness statements, the boat departed on this date, and after a few hours at sea, the vessel struck an underwater sandbank after midnight, resulting in it capsizing and death of many people who have also been recorded. The survivors sent distress calls and were later rescued by the Gambian Navy and other local fishing boats. However, many are feared death, and the fate of many other remains unclear at this particular point. On the night of the incident, and following a distress call for help, the suspected organizers, Amadou and Omar Mane, came to the accident scene with boats, only to rescue their captain and their crew members, and also those of their family members. And this includes Omar's sister, who is Nyuma Mane, before distressingly leaving the rest of the migrants and their own fate in that boat. Now, from our investigations, we were able to reveal that 82 of these survivors who were rescued during operations were handed over to the GID, and they are currently being held at the Tangi Migrant Center here as we speak. We've also recorded witness statements and conducted interviews with all the migrants, and key statements are attached here for us to also take note of some of these concerns. From our findings, we've also found out that most of these migrants had made payments that range from an amount of 50,000 to 500,000 CFA, 50,000 Gambian dollars and 500,000 CFA, depending on the migrant's nationality and where they come from. Now, during this period, they also were harbored by Mr. Omar Mane, who is currently being accused to be the son of a Marabo at Gina Kajata. About 82 migrants were rescued through the efforts of authorities, and then we also have few of them who were found to be seriously injured, and some of them fell sick, and they were hospitalized at the AF Small Teaching Hospital. As we speak, 82 are at the Tangi Center here, and about 23 of them are currently being hospitalized in Banjul, awaiting recovery and full reception. Based on nationalities, we have 40 of them who are Gambians. Out of this, 35 Gambians were believed to be male, and 5 of them were females. And we also had 2 minors. One of them is a male, and the other is a female. There were also 31 Senegalese in this capsized boat, and then 30 of them were male. One of them is a female. We had 7 Guineans, which includes 5 males and 2 females, 2 Ivorians, both male, and 2 Malians who are also both male. So those that are hospitalized at this beach, at this current time, we have 10 Gambians who are currently on bed at the hospital. 7 Senegalese are also being held at the hospital. 4 Guineans and 2 Malians as well. So in summary, we realized that most of these witness statements that we have received had pointed out directly that Kajata served as a harbor where they've been kept for some time before the boat had departed. And it has also found complicit a Gambian national who lived in Kajata who was also involved in trying to organize this backway journey in partnership with a Senegalese national. Now, our findings at this speech has shown us that the main purpose behind the boat capsizing was it was overcrowded because it was a wooden boat that had about 200 people within the source of the country. Rescue efforts had also been launched by the Gambian Navy together with other fishing boats. The GID was also making sure we engage with them at the hospital and also transport the migrants back to the center here for them to be received and taken care of. As we speak, both suspects in this case are currently at large. They are not in custody. And then efforts are being made to be able to have them in detention and take necessary procedures as well. Separate from this case, we had two other cases that occurred in the first week of 2026. The first case occurred at Badafungu, and this took place on the 4th of January. It took place at Lamin Lodge, where we had about 70 migrants who were also intercepted in Lamin Lodge. Now, we had received intel from a community member that there was a particular backway journey being organized within Lamin Lodge area, and our staff had to organize a very steep operation to be able to intercept these people. And the interception led to the arrest of one suspected agent who is currently at custody as we speak, and also they've all been taken into Tangier here for reception. Out of these 70 migrants we had at Lamin Lodge, 50 of them are Senegalese nationals, 6 of them are Gambians, 10 of them are Guineans, 3 of them are Malians, and 1 of them is a Liberian. By gender aggregation, 67 of them are male and 3 of them are female, and all these migrants are being kept currently in Tangier as we have our investigations ongoing. There was also another interception made just yesterday on the 5th of January 2020, in fact today, early in the morning. And this case occurred at Batokumbu, where we had intercepted an amount of 107 would-be migrants were intercepted. And then they were taken at Batokumbu and currently being held here in Tangier as we speak. Out of these 107 migrants, we have 60 of them who are Gambians, 22 of them are Senegalese, 17 of them are Guineans, 1 is a Guinea-Bissau, 5 Malians, and 2 Nigerians. And then by gender aggregate, we have 92 of them are male and 15 of them are female. Among these 107 as well, we have 4 male minors and 4 female minors inclusive in these numbers. Now as we speak, we are with all these migrants that are currently being kept here, that is the 107 from Batokunku, the 70 from Lamin Lodge, and also the 82 of them that have been survived the capsized boats are also with us, whilst we have the remaining currently at the hospital taking their medical attention. The GID at this juncture, we want to again express our gratitude to the Gambia Society for being there since the very beginning to support us in receiving these migrants and taking care of them psychosocially. We also extend our regards to other partners such as the Gambian Navy, who has also been very supportive, the local fishing boats that have also been very supportive, and all individuals who have taken part in making sure these migrants are kept safe and sound within the barricade here. We want to close by again trying to reiterate that the irregular migration journey is a real fact. A lot of lives have been lost, families have been left broken, and it is now left to us as Gambians to reflect on how far we want to go with these tragedies. Living at home with almost 3 or 4 people dead because of this journey left a lot of people traumatic. And it's important we reflect that the push factors of this migration journey is not worthy of us trying to risk our life in this category. And we do hope that communities, stakeholders, alcalos, chiefs, and all other committee members will be able to put their hands on deck and support us in the strive to mitigate irregular migration. We again reaffirm our commitment to curbing irregular migration, saving the lives of Gambians and non-Gambian nationals within this country, and trying to advocate for a regular, safe, and also accountable migration journeys all over the country. We would again call on people, remember that migration becomes everybody's right. But irregular migration goes against the very tenets of our country's democratic laws that guides how we manage our borders. It is in this light that we again would give a stern warning to harborers that people you keep in your houses makes you a culprit. And we do hope that you can learn to be more patriotic and avoid trying to put people's life in danger just because of your own personal grievances. As we speak, we continue our efforts to curb irregular migration, and we do hope that this becomes a starting point to be able to promote safer and more regular migration patterns. We thank you for coming, and we do hope to have more engagements with you in the long run.